guys.
So welcome back to How to Feed a Loon. I'm Chris.
And I'm Wesley.
My velvety loon.
That's right. Smooth as veil.
Velvety. So folks, happy holidays,
Yay.
Merry Christmas, whatever it is you celebrate.
It's a wonderful time of the year.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
Yes.
So we love Christmas time and holidays because it's about a lot of things, but one of the great things, it's also about a lot of really good food.
Food, and nothing but food.
Food and candy.
Yes.
And so today
and
we are
sweets.
Sweets. So today we are making some cookies. Let's tell them.
They're so good. Sorry. What is
We're
it?
doing our red velvet sandwich cookies.
I couldn't remember for the second.
What are we making? We've made so much stuff. It's like, what are we making today? Look, we have a Christmas tree.
Yeah.
Okay, so these are so easy. I love red velvet cake.
Yes.
When I was growing up, my grandma used to make a red velvet cake. Every Christmas, it was, I looked forward to it almost as much as Santa.
So delicious.
And then my mom made them for me.
Yeah.
Then after that, and then I started making them.
Yeah.
So we do lots of things red velvet. So
And
the
this
Loon
one's-
actually said, let's do some red velvet cookies. And I said, okay, that sounds
yes.
good. But we got to incorporate that cream, that cream cheese filling
frosting, which is just amazing.
Yeah. So these babies hit all the right notes.
Yes.
So let's talk about first.
Let's get started.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
So red velvet cake is really basically just a chocolate cake that's got red food coloring in it. It's got some other little interesting nuances to it too that makes it unique. But it's really chocolate.
Yeah.
And there's a
some
basis.
vanilla in there too.
But there's a basis of chocolate that is so good in these cookies.
Right.
So let's talk about that chocolate. So we need to melt it. So what we start off with is 3 ounces of semi-sweet chocolate, baking chocolate, and you can find them in the baking section of really any supermarket probably in the world.
Yeah.
And so I just kind of give those a rough chop, just kind of break them apart, just chop. They don't have to be completely finely chopped, and then put them in a nice large bowl about this size with a 1/4 cup of unsalted butter, and then you just melt it. And the easy way to do this is if you have a microwave, which you probably do.
Yeah.
Just stick it in the microwave and do it in like 30-second intervals.
And if you don't have a microwave, you can use a double boiler.
You could do a bubble boiler.
A double boiler.
A double boiler. Yeah, but you have a microwave, right?
Yeah.
Probably. Okay, so so you just do that in like 3 stages until it completely melts like this, and now you've got this. And I just love the smell of chocolate. Okay,
good.
so now we're gonna start building this batter.
And
so,
I love that this cookie uses real chocolate, not just cocoa powder.
I know. So often red velvet cakes use cocoa powder, like Wesley said, but this we're also using the baking chocolate, which is so good. So I just added a cup of granulated sugar, and then we're going to add 2 whole eggs. And now this is the fun part. Now be careful, don't knock this over because
it gets everywhere.
Oh my God, it's going to.
I'm glad it's not the super industrial red. You used that super industrial red once, and it just could not get it out of anything.
If it knocks over, it's like an autopsy just happened. I mean, it's awful. So okay, so now we're going to. That's gross.
It's horrible during Christmas.
I know, boy, that really ruined Christmas that year. No, but anyway, so we're going to mix this together. Okay, so now
so you mix it up, and we're going to talk about these dry ingredients. So this is really simple. So it's 2 cups of all-purpose flour, and then we've got 2 tablespoons of unsweetened cocoa powder, and then a teaspoon of baking powder, a 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda, and a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And then we mixed it all together, and there you have it.
You did it. That's perfect.
He's always worried that I can't remember things, which is usually the case.
No, you're doing good. So anyway, okay. So now this is nice, and we got all the lumps out. That's beautiful.
Yeah, this is mixed thoroughly.
It is mixed thoroughly. So it's whisked. So now what we're going to do is we're going to start adding this in like increments.
Yes.
I always say like increments.
In increments, not
increments.
like.
I know. That's such a, how did we get started using the word like so much? Anyway, so don't do that. Oh, Christmas tree. So now these are cookies, and they're kind of a beautiful, delicious cake cookie. So the batter is going to end up being pretty thick.
Yes.
So it takes a little bit of just elbow grease and a few minutes, and shortly we're going to have a perfect cookie dough. Okay, all right, now I need a massage. But anyway, if you have any Santa's helpers, little helpers around the house, or say spouse, big old hubby, grab them in, because it's a nice thick, it's like, cookie dough. So it's not like a cake batter that is much more it's just thinner. Yeah. But it's just fabulous. To use a more culinary term, liquidy. Okay. So now I've got one of these. Now we're going to make the cookie, form the cookies.
I love that. It's like a melon baller.
It's they call it like a trigger handle ice cream scooper. You don't have to do this, but since we're making sandwich cookies, it's helpful if all of the cookies can be very similar in size, and this helps you maintain that. If you don't have one of these, I've got a link to where you can buy one. They're inexpensive, but you can use just like a nice sized tablespoon. This is about 2 tablespoons, and then you can just form a ball in your hand.
We like a bigger cookie sandwich than the normal size.
Yeah, and I know you find that really surprising, right? Okay, so all you do, this is so much fun.
Yay,
this is fun. This is one of those things, get the kids involved, because they're fun to make. Once you get past that stirring,
right?
And then all I do is this. Okay, so this is a cup of confectioner's sugar or powdered sugar, and this is going to be just absolutely beautiful. So kind of toss it around in the powdered sugar like this.
This is what I love about these cookies, because they get that kind of like a
cracked.
Yes.
So they are the way you'll see they kind of crack in that. Okay, now he's going to do what's called the.
Yes, we're just going to push it down just a little bit.
The heel of your palm, just press it down like that, and that's all there is to it. You want to form these or put these on 2 baking sheets. About an inch apart.
Now this batch right here will probably make about a dozen of those sandwich cookies.
Well, it depends. Again, it depends on how large you make your cookies.
Right.
So
we like them large, so this makes about a dozen.
Well, I think it makes anywhere from 12 to 15. Now that's with when they make sandwiches. So you're talking then like 24 to 25 actual cookies. And these cookies are so delicious. Right. It's hard not to just. But we're gonna finish these off, and then we're gonna put them in an oven.
Can I just say something real quick?
No.
Make sure these are an inch apart.
I said that already.
Oh, well, I wasn't listening.
Okay, well, even at Christmas time.
All right, now what are we going to do?
We're going to finish these off. We're going to, like I said, this takes 2 baking sheets lined with parchment paper. I've got my oven preheated to 375 degrees. These bake very quickly, only like 10 to 11 minutes. They're going to puff up a little bit. They're so beautiful. They're going to crack.
And then we got to let them cool.
Let them cool, but they cool quickly, like 30 minutes. Right. And then we're going to make the frosting, which we'll show you in a minute. Then we assemble them, and then you eat them, and you celebrate the great things of life.
Yes.
Aren't these just the most festive, beautiful thing?
Super festive.
I love how they kind of get cracked, and they're gorgeous with that powdered sugar on it.
Yes.
So let's just talk about how we got to this point. So if you remember, we put them in the oven. I put a rack of like the top third, and then another rack of the bottom third, and then you just put them in there. And after about halfway through, which is going to be about 5 to 6 minutes, I just think just because the heat in an oven, is a little uneven sometimes. So just so they get even cooking, I take one rack out, or I take one pan out, and then I just switch them. I do the old switcheroo, and that's a better way of saying it. And so then they're just beautiful. They're like this, and it takes no time at all. You take them out of the oven, just put them on a whatever. You just get them so you can put them on a rack, and then you need to just use a spatula, just take those cookies off the baking sheet, put them on a rack like this, so they'll cool. They do need to cool before we add this awesome frosting, because if they're still hot, it'll melt the frosting.
Right, and this frosting is actually, oh God, what is it? 8 ounces, sorry. 8 ounces of cream cheese, and then we put in...
Well, it's room temperature, so you need to make sure it's at room temperature.
Yes. Okay. And then 2 cups of confectioner's sugar
or powdered sugar,
yeah. And then a teaspoon of vanilla, and then you just mix it until you get to this wonderful consistency.
And be kind of careful when you're mixing it. It loves to go poof.
Yes.
But that's sort of the fun of it. It's like, we're in here cooking. Okay, so now it's time to do it. It's snowing.
Yes.
Yay, let it snow. Okay, so now this makes a decent amount of this frosting. So we love it. If you want a little less sweetness, then you could cut the filling recipe in half, but we think it's just fabulous.
I love it.
And you may have a little left over, and then you see how these are. Remember, I was saying you want them to be kind of uniform in size. Then you're just going to close that on there.
Yes.
Give it a little squish.
Just a little
Is that
squish.
not the most festive Christmas cookie you've ever seen?
No, you know what's really festive? It's
What?
this adorable plate.
I know.
So you just want to put your cookies out like this.
Yeah, put your cookies
I'm not
out.
going to eat that until you've made yourself one.
Santa is going to never leave our house when he gets here. Okay. All
Shall we?
So let's just, let's toast.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Yay! Yay! I'm so excited. Okay. Is that all over my face?
No, it's not. I happen to be married to the biggest kid in the world, and so your kids are going to be going crazy.
I just hoed. I went, wow. That is so good. It really is. I mean, it's.
It's like one of the best Christmas cookies ever.
I can't eat. We gotta keep these away from me. The cookies themselves are that lovely chocolate taste.
I know. That's what I love about it. It's got that
so
chocolate.
good. And then the cream cheese frosting. Oh, forget about it.
It is truly the icing. on
Guys,
top.
this is so good. Oh my.
Jingle bells, jingle bells.
I can't even tell you.
You can.
Yeah.
You can tell me.
I love sweets.
In case you didn't know.
And that is like top notch. And it's 1000% Loon approved.
Oh my gosh.
These are
I keep saying this, but Christmas came early.
These are so awesome, you guys.
Wow.
I
Phenomenal. I mean, I will tell you, this cream cheese, this thickens a little bit as it sits too, but these are also, oh my gosh, amazing just by themselves.
Yeah.
But they're so fun as little sandwich
They
cookies.
totally are, and they just they're kind of like a centerpiece on your dessert table.
Mm-hmm.
It's only two of us, but we have a dessert table.
Yeah. Well, we might as well eat.
Now you can get this amazing recipe on howtofeedaloon.com.
Happy holidays, everybody. Go to our
wow.
social media, like us, share us, tell your friends. Please have a big virtual hug from us. We love you.
Stay safe.
Stay super safe. We all are going to get through this together. Make
So close.
cookies.
Yes.
Cookies.
That'll make you feel better.
Oh my gosh. It makes me feel great.
Yay!
All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye,
Happy
everybody.
holidays.
Happy holidays.
Merry Christmas. Oh, these are the bomb.
Oh.
Hey, everybody.
Hi guys! Now if you want to be a part of the Loon Fun, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. And don't forget to hit that little bell icon so you won't miss a single recipe.
Oh, good point. And if you want another amazing dessert recipe like the one you just saw, then just click right here.
That's right, click!
You just gotta click. Subscribe.
Click, subscribe, click, subscribe.